This is for all my beautiful ladies, single ladies. If you're living alone, peace, 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 peace. Naturally, bro, you're beautiful people. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How y'all breathing? Breathing from your diaphragm. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you breathing? How you living? How you breathing? How you doing? I'm still drinking. I'm still drinking my adults coffee. So if you didn't catch that video, go watch that video, y'all. Adult coffee. I think that's like part 4 or something. Anyway, today, this is really for my single ladies. Today, I'm going to do some plank variations. Kind of like more on the basic stuff. And while we do that, I want you guys to listen to this video, and I'm gonna put the link to this video. It's only a 30-minute video, but if I get through the plank variations before this video is over, then I'm probably just gonna end the video and I'll let you guys watch the rest on your own. But I want to just touch on this subject because I feel like a lot of women, there's a lot of single women out here. There's a lot of single men too. So I'm not a man, so I can't really speak to you fellas. Today, I want to encourage all my single mothers, all my single ladies. If you're not a mother, you're just single, I want to encourage you to continue on your path. If there's somebody that you want, is somebody that you desire, wait for that person. Don't try to force a relationship. You are on the right path. Being alone is not lonely. It's just, you're just alone. It's okay. Embrace it. Doesn't mean that you're lonely. All right? Doesn't mean that you're thirsty. All right? When he's ready, when the right king finds you, he'll come in, sweep you off your feet, and everything will flow naturally. You understand? Not forced. You're not forcing him to pay bills. You're not forcing him to spend time with your not forcing him to spend his birthday with you, not forcing him to spend New Year's with you. Everything is just naturally flowing. It's just naturally flowing. The families are coming together naturally, and things are just moving in a direction that you see it, So you need to rush it because it's going to happen for you. Keep manifesting the king that you desire. Don't keep focusing on homeboy because he like you or he really into you. Focus on the one that you really desire. I encourage others, but I'm also talking to myself because I'm a single mother out here, and it's very hard. It's very hard to stay focused on what it is that you want when you have other people coming into your realm and bringing what they want from you and what they need from you, and you also have the things that your children need and want. So it's very good to realign to your nature. Find out what it is that makes you feel good about you, So that's why I'm always into my own world. I know it seems like I ignore people. I'm not trying to ignore you. It's just that I, as a single mother, I have to keep my peace. I have to keep my sanity. I have to keep this up here. I have to keep this on a ground level. I have to, because I have babies. You understand? If I'm all out of whack, that's why I like going out and having a little me time. But if I'm all ways out, I'm never grounding myself in what it is that I really want to do, my purpose and what I really want to do. You understand? I've always seen myself helping people. I like to get out. I like to socialize. I'm a social drinker, but I also like to, have my little spirits in my coffee. But I like being around people and doing social things with people. So this is something that I try to implement in my life, especially now because I've lived an isolated life for some years, being Muslim. Girl, if you don't get your butt, excuse my cat, y'all. If you feel like your purpose on this earth was to be a wife and you have not yet became a wife, just continue to stay focused on your other passions. Being a mother and a wife is something that majority of women desire. Even if we don't speak it, we desire to be a mother, to be needed in that way. Mothering is, it's awesome. You know what I mean? It's a lot of kids out here. There's a lot of kids out here. So it's not a big deal if you decide that you don't want to be a parent. It's not a big deal. All right. So the title of this video is Why Women Who Live Alone are the most magnetic people. Women who live alone are the most magnetic people you'll meet. This is by Joe Dispenza. He's a motivational speaker. The channel is called Motivation Mastery.
Lives in an unconscious dance of emotional dependency. They're constantly bouncing their feelings off others, looking for validation, seeking emotional regulation through external sources. When a woman lives alone, something profound happens to her emotional landscape. She begins to develop what scientists call emotional autarky, the ability to process, understand, and regulate emotions independently. Your nervous system actually becomes more sophisticated in its ability to handle emotional complexity. So your innate masculinity makes you ability to harness it, be operationally effectively. Think about what happens when you feel a strong emotion, sadness, anger, joy, and there's no one else immediately present to share it with. In those moments, you're forced to develop what I call emotional sovereignty. Your brain starts creating new neural networks specifically designed for emotional self-regulation. Remember working with the neuroscientist who studied women living alone versus those living with others. The data was extraordinary. Women living alone showed a 47% increase in activity in the anterior cingulate cortex, the part of your brain responsible for emotional awareness and regulation. They weren't just handling emotions, they were mastering them. But here's what's really remarkable. This emotional mastery creates a unique energy signature. When you can sit with your own emotions, process them fully, without needing someone else to validate or resolve them, you begin operating at a different frequency. You're no longer broadcasting neediness or emotional dependency. Instead, you're emanating what quantum physicists call coherent emotional energy. This emotional coherence becomes magnetic. Other people can feel it even if they don't understand why. They're drawn to your presence because you're not seeking anything from them emotionally. You've learned to be your own emotional sanctuary. Consider what happens during challenging times. Most people immediately reach for the phones, seeking comfort or distraction from others. But when you live alone, you develop the capacity to be present with discomfort. This isn't just emotional resilience, it's emotional alchemy. You're literally transforming challenging emotions into personal power. Your brain begins to create new neural pathways that associate being alone with emotional strength rather than loneliness. This is crucial because it fundamentally changes your relationship with solitude. Instead of feeling empty when alone, you feel full. Instead of seeking emotional energy from others, you become a generator of positive emotional energy. The research shows that women who master this kind of emotional independence demonstrate higher levels of what psychologists call affect tolerance, the ability to stay steady and centered regardless of emotional weather. They become emotional lighthouses, steady and strong, guiding others simply by example. Let me tell you something powerful about energy and consciousness. In quantum physics, we understand that everything is energy, vibrating at different frequencies. When a woman lives alone, she begins to tap into what scientists call coherent energy states. But this isn't just this abstract physics. This is about your personal power field. Every thought you think, every feeling you feel, creates waves in the quantum field. Most people's energy fields are constantly being influenced and disrupted by the people they live with. But when you live alone, something extraordinary happens. Your energy field becomes more organized, more coherent. You're no longer unconsciously entangling your energy with others on a daily basis. Think about this. Every morning when you wake up, in your own space, your energy field is purely yours. There's no one else's emotional residue, no one else's thoughts or moods influencing your field. This creates what quantum physicists call a pure state, a condition where your energy signature becomes more powerful because it's undiluted. I've seen this countless times in our advanced workshops. When we measure the electromagnetic fields of women who live alone, They consistently show more organized patterns. Their heart coherence measurements, which we can actually track with sophisticated equipment, demonstrate stronger, more stable rhythms. This is where manifestation becomes supercharged. When your energy field isn't constantly mixing with others, you become a clearer broadcaster to the quantum field. Your intentions become more focused. Your ability to attract what you want becomes more precise. You're no longer sending mixed signals to the universe. Here's what's fascinating: a clearer broadcaster to the quantum field. Your intentions become more focused. Your ability to attract what you want becomes more precise. You're no longer sending mixed signals to the universe. Here's what's fascinating: women who live alone often report experiencing what we call quantum jumps in their personal evolution. These are sudden, profound shifts in consciousness that happen because they're able to maintain a consistent energetic frequency without daily interference from others' energy fields. Consider this: every time you make a decision from a place of complete independence, you're strengthening your connection to what quantum physicists call the zero-point field, the field of all possibilities. You're not just living alone, you're actively participating in your own evolution at a quantum level. The research in quantum biology shows that our cells respond to our energy field. When you maintain a coherent energy state through conscious solitude, you're literally upgrading your body's cellular function. Your DNA becomes more receptive to positive change. You're not just changing your living situation, you're changing your biology at the quantum level. This is why women who live alone often appear to age differently, think differently, and manifest opportunities more easily. They're not just single, they're operating at a different frequency. Their energy field becomes so distinct, so powerful, that it naturally attracts aligned opportunities and relationships. But here's what's most remarkable: this quantum coherence is contagious in the best possible way. When you develop this level of energetic sovereignty, you become what I call a quantum attractor. Other people are naturally drawn to your energy field because it's stable, coherent, and powerful. You're not seeking energy from others, you're generating it independently. Your body is an incredible biological machine that's constantly responding to authenticity. When women live alone, something remarkable happens at the cellular level. Every cell in your body has receptors that respond to thoughts, emotions, and most importantly, to authenticity. But here's the beautiful thing about living alone. Your nervous system begins to reset itself. It starts operating from its authentic blueprint rather than from conditioned patterns. The energy. I remember working with a woman in her 40s who had always lived with others. Within 3 months of living alone, her inflammatory markers dropped significantly. Her immune system became stronger. Why? Because her biology was no longer spending energy adapting to others' presence. It could focus entirely on supporting her authentic expression. Your DNA is constantly sending and receiving signals based on your environment. When you live alone, these signals become clearer, more coherent. You're not just expressing yourself more authentically, you're literally allowing your genes to express themselves more efficiently. But here's what's really fascinating. This biological authenticity creates what scientists call a signature frequency. People can sense it. They might not be able to explain it, but they can feel when someone is living in complete alignment with their true nature. It's like your cells are broadcasting a signal of authentic power. Here's something that might seem paradoxical at first. The more comfortable you become with solitude, the more magnetically attractive you become to others. But this isn't just some feel-good idea. There's actual science behind this phenomenon. When you live alone, you naturally break free from what neuroscientists call social dependency patterns. Most people operate in a constant state of unconscious social referencing, always checking, always comparing, always seeking validation. But women who live alone develop something remarkable, an internal reference point. that's completely independent of external validation. Your brain actually changes its reward patterns. Instead of getting dopamine hits from social approval, you start generating those